Yo, 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 yo. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? Happy whew, Sunday. Today is Sunday. We on day 30. 30 days. 30 days of live. Let me see if how this looks without. Oh, that doesn't look so great. Is that okay? No, I need it brighter. I make it bright for you guys. I don't like the glare. But we here, man. 30 days. 30 days of 50, 20 days left. Every day has its own challenge. Every day has its own blessings and beauty. Today, right now, I'm so far. I got to run a lot when we done here. I did not get any steps in today. Definitely rested. It was definitely a restful Sunday. Um, and yeah, I got a lot of steps to get, but I could do it. I could do it as soon as the show is done. I got to run for about an hour. Right, run in place. Done it before. Could do it again. Right, just put some good music on and let my legs move. But we here, man. We here 30 days in. Sunday, April 12th, 2026. Grateful, man. Closer and closer and closer. This is the first major milestone for me during this fast. I've done 30 days before, right, of water, of coconut water. The next milestone is going to be 40 days, right? So 10 more days, we'll have another milestone. That'll be day 40. And then after that, it's like, okay, the last fucking leg. This shit is brutal, right? Like not eating for 30 days is fucking brutal. You hear me? It is yeah, it's brutal. That's the best way I could describe it. Um, it takes a toll on your body. It tests your discipline and tests like it pulls at your emotions, at your mental. Right, you start to doubt. You start to yeah. It does a lot, especially if you are like still in your life. Right, like there's some people who fast. They do long 28 day, 30 day fast, but they go somewhere to go to the wilderness. They go to the woods. They go in a cabin. Right, and that has its own challenges, of course. But I've never been able to do that because like my life is I have a life that's real that I at this point I'm not able to step away for 30 days, right? We got commitments, we got show commitments, we got family stuff happening, right? Prior when I did 30 and 40 days, we had community commitments, right? Food distributions and youth programs and all type of shit, right? So I'm in it. I'm in it, walking and doing all of the things, right? And I'm gonna push it as long as I can push it, right? If there's a day where I'm like, yo, I can't make my steps, like I'm physically incapable, then that's okay. We are already well beyond uh, the previous record, right? Previously, I think we was able to do 43 days last year before fracturing my ankle. Now we had 116 days. 116 days of 10,000 steps. That's a milestone for me, right? Absolute milestone. I'm sure there are people who got more, I'm sure there are people who got less. I'm not even worried about that. For me, 116 days of ensuring that I get my steps, whether I'm tired, whether I physically don't feel well, emotionally, I'm fucking angry, stressed out, pissed off, whatever the case may be. I make sure I've made sure for 116 days that I got my steps. And tonight we're gonna do it again. All right, tonight we're gonna do it again. But this is a testament to why I gotta make sure I walk early in the day. Right, at least walk so at least it's halfway done. Right now I got 1,500 steps, so I need 8,500 steps to go. Right, again about 45 minutes to an hour it should take. But yeah, gotta walk early in the day. Right. But tonight we are talking about entrepreneurship and empowerment and the importance of ownership, the importance of building something that outlasts you, building something that is bigger than you, using your skills, your talents, your experience to build some shit that could benefit not just you, not just your family, but others, right? So we're gonna get into that in a bit. Before we go any further, we are going to do a grounding. We're going to ground ourselves. So if you will, just find a comfortable position, whatever you're doing. Right, just allow yourself to move slow for just a few moments. And just get in touch with your breath. If you're walking or doing something, not able to stop or really slow down, just take a few intentional breaths in through your nose, from your abdomen, and then out through your nose, slowly. Take another breath. And take one more breath with me. Breathe in. Breathe out. When breathing intentionally, you always want to ensure that your exhale is a bit longer than your inhale. Just sit in a space for a moment of gratitude, of thanksgiving for the breath that is life. Without breath, you would not be here. So although there may be many things in a day that frustrate you, that cause aggravation, that anger you, piss you off, make you sad, make you feel all type of uncomfortable emotions, always come back to breath. And remember that as long as you have breath, you still have life. And so long as you have life, you have a chance to accomplish your dreams, a chance to repair a relationship, a chance to make magic happen in your life. Just take one more breath on that note. Breathe in. Breathe out. Thank you for grounding with me. If your eyes are closed, slowly begin to open them. You can wiggle your toes, move your fingers, give yourself a neck roll. Any PPC, what's going on, brother? Kayla Sean, day 30. That is correct. Starhawk, peace and love. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, man, today was a day. It was, like I said, it was a restful day. Definitely spent morning and early afternoon just resting, man, in bed. All right. And it was good to do that, right? It's good to listen to your body. Rest is important, right? They say even God rested on the seventh day. And us as humans think we got to go every day. And what I learned a while ago is that we think we're resting when we're in bed, but we're scrolling social media, or we're in bed and we are typing, writing, right? We're reading. Like reading could be clearly restful, right? But your brain is still working. Really, to truly rest is to put everything away, put the book away, put the notepad down, close the laptop, right? Turn the TV off, and just be with yourself. I understand that is uncomfortable for a lot of people, because when you are just with yourself, all right, just being, things come up, right? The memories that you forgot or tried to forget come up. The uncomfortable feelings, emotions, and thoughts come up. All right. But it's extremely important to, in that restful state, when those things come up, again, learn how to regulate, learn how to breathe, learn how to get back to balance, learn how to let those thoughts pass, let those emotions be emotion, let them move through you, right? So yeah, so today was good. I'm grateful. Grateful to be here, day 30. I'm like, I said, I did 30 days a couple years back. I did 40 days. 50 days is like, yo, because when it was 30 days, it was like, yo, 30 days. Like, we did that shit. When it was 40 days, it was like, yo, we did 30 days. We got 10 more days. Now it's like, all right, 50 days. We got 20 more days to go. I don't think I'm ever going to push for 60 days. I don't think I'll never do that shit. I know. Clearly, you can't tell the future. I don't know what the fuck kind of path the divine going to have me on in a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, right? I have no idea. But I know that at this moment, I never want to do 50 or 60 days again. I never want to do 30 days again. I want to do 7 days at most, 10 at best. All right, like 10-day fast. Proving to myself that I can do this shit though. Proving to myself that I can be disciplined and I can do streaming 30 days, no food. Also 30 days of fucking streaming at night. I was telling Kimon a little while ago, like I'm over this shit. Like as much as I enjoy talking and as much as I love talking about the things that we've been talking about, it's too much fucking talking, right? Talking takes energy. Talking takes a lot of energy. Thinking, strategizing, coming up with things like, and then just talking, this shit takes energy. And I'm streaming in the mornings. We did an hour this morning, and now we're about to do 30, 45 minutes tonight. All right, like that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot when you're not, it's a lot, period. Then it's a lot when you're not eating. Right. There's no guests. There's no like people to save me and interrupt and interject. But I'm grateful. And anyway, like I said, tonight we are talking about entrepreneurship and empowerment, something that is extremely important, not just for Black people, for brown people, for yellow people, for people all over the world. Entrepreneurship and empowerment together, right? Because one can exist without the other. You can have the entrepreneur but not feel empowered, right? You could be empowered while not being an entrepreneur. But when you put them together, we're talking about legacy building, right? So let us pull these notes up and let us get to it. Again, tonight's theme is entrepreneurship and empowerment, turning growth into ownership. Of course, we always start with a question: what is the point of becoming your best self if you never build anything with it? Like, you become your best self, right? You are healthy, you are mindful, right? You are the version of yourself that you always wanted to be. But if you never build anything with it, what does it matter long term, right? Like, beyond you, right? Like, what's the point of healing? What's the point of growing? What's the point of having fucking discipline if it never turns into something real, something tangible, right? Something that your loved ones can benefit from, something that a stranger can benefit from. You can give a stranger an opportunity, right? What's the point? And the point could just doing it for the sake of doing it. But then what? Because, like, as long as you live, there's going to be a next step, right? There's going to be another moment. So what do we do after that, right? So that's what we're getting into tonight. And so we're going to redefine, first and foremost, entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is not just starting a business. It's not, that's clearly that's part of it, right? Starting a business. But entrepreneurship is creating something that did not exist before. And clearly, some people will say that as entrepreneurs, there's a whole push now for certain people. It's like, you don't got to start a business. You can just buy an already existing business, right? And that's cool. You take over a business and you run it, right? You become CEO. But entrepreneurship, like, at its core, is building some shit that did not exist before. It did not exist. And you use your ideas, your skills, your experience, and your purpose, and you turn that shit into value. You turn that shit into value. I've been an entrepreneur since I was a kid. My dad was an entrepreneur. He had a cleaning company, right? A lot of us are entrepreneurs, especially in the street life, right? But even before the streets, I was buying and selling candy. Nobody else in my class and my grade was buying and selling candy. We had a penny store in Queensbridge, right? I was buying and selling video games back in the days before we had GameStop. We had Funkoland. I used to get video games from the video store in Queensbridge Video, and when it was done, I used to sell them to Funkoland, right? And vice versa. But that's what I was doing. I never really got into the baseball cards, basketball cards. A lot of my friends were doing cards. I did candy, I did video games, and then I was in the streets, right? But yeah, taking your ideas, taking your skills, taking your experiences, taking your purpose, taking your passions, taking the things that you love doing and turning it into value. You love doing hair? Fucking do hair, right? Like, I never forget. I love the story Steve Harvey tells of Marie Callender. In Marie Callender's past, she said, the story goes, she was working at Diner. Diner was not doing too well, right? Very few customers coming in, very few business. They were talking about shutting down. She was like, she told the owner, let me make some of my pies and come in and see what happens. She made a pie, sold out. She made 2 pies, so she made 4 pies. People started going crazy. People started coming just for her pies. Years later, Marie Callender got fucking pies in the supermarket. Almost every supermarket you go to is Marie Callender pie. All right. She created some shit that did not exist. She took her skills, she took her ideas, right, and turned that shit into value. And she built something for herself. Before you know it, the diner went from selling just, right, before she got in stores. The diner, again, it was burgers, fries, regular diner shit. They went to just selling fucking pies. And from there, she stacked, and then she got her shit global. Right. So entrepreneurship literally is creation in motion. We spoke about creativity last night. We spoke about artists and expression and healing. Entrepreneurship, creating something that did not exist before, is creation in motion, 100%. Right, and this is how this shit connects to everything, right? Because everything we talked about leads to the awareness that you need to know what matters, the discipline that you have, that you've shown that you can execute, the consistency. You keep going even when it gets tough, right? Consistency and sustainability. Design, knowing how to design your life so that things work out, right? You sustain it. And then expression, you share that shit. So that's how you build something real, something tangible, something that other people can benefit from, right? And so we talk about ownership. We talk about empowerment. We talk about empowerment through ownership, Empowerment is not just how you feel. It's not just a feeling. It's what you control. We spoke before about economics, right? And like the only way to truly be free is economic empowerment. The only way to truly be free is when you can control your dollar, right? When you can control your dollar, how you generate it, where and how you spend it, right? It's what you control. What do you control? And that's why in our communities, Black communities in America, we don't control much. We don't control our schools. We don't control our roads. We don't control our law enforcement. We don't control we don't control our medical systems. We don't control much, our housing, right? For the great majority. So that's what we gotta like. We could be individually empowered, yes, but it's about collective ownership, collective empowerment, collective work and responsibility, right? So know that when you build something, like my dad built a cleaning company, he was able to create opportunities for other people. He was able to create income for himself and opportunities for others. He was able to hire some friends to do some jobs, right? He was able to hire some strangers to do some jobs, right? And clearly that led to impact because he was able to create opportunities for people, right? The people were able to come to work, do their job, get paid, and then feed their families, go on trips. And that created impact. So when you build some shit, right? When you talk about ownership and entrepreneurship and you build something, you create opportunities, you create income, and you create impact. So ownership is fucking power. When you own shit, motherfuckers can't really tell you shit. You own your schools, you own your business, motherfucker can't fire you, tell you can't take time off. Right, so you can't go to your children's graduation, you can't go to your children's fucking sporting event, you can't go to your children's music, you can't what? I can't do what? You can't go see your sibling, like take 3 months off and go over here. And clearly it's structured, right? You got to get to that point where it's able to generate without you. But that's ownership, it's power, it's freedom to do as you please. And I know that's the desire of many. I just want to come and go as I please. If I want to stay asleep, I can. Now, clearly, entrepreneurship is hard work because you got to show up every day. You don't have, for the most part, a person telling you, yo, you got to get up, you got to be to work at this time. That's you determining that. What time you're going to do your thing, what time you're going to be outside, what time you're going to be at work, what time you clock it in, what time. You got to decide that shit. Right? But ownership is power, ownership is freedom, ownership is liberation. When we start to own our communities again, our schools, our health system, our food system, right? Our fucking economics, and start to own our time and our schedules, then we become powerful. And then we become free and liberated, right? So we need a shift from fucking consumer to creator. A lot of us are just consumers. A great majority of Americans and people generally around the world consume. They consume content, right? They consume ideas. They listen to people's ideas. They got all the ideas in the world. They consume opportunity. They consume. They take. Cool. I'll take the opportunity. Cool. That's great. But you consume that. You didn't create that. Very few people actually create for self and others. So when you stop consuming and you start creating, your entire life changes. And that goes to even social media. More creation, less consuming. Your life changes when you create more. Your whole life changes. And I know I need to create more. I'm a creative motherfucker. I am one of the most creative people that a lot of folks have ever met, and they told me, right? And you just look at the things that I've done. Fucking creative genius, creative entrepreneurship, creative leadership, right? But I can create more. I've been consuming a lot, right? And part of my consumption is, right, feeding the creation, films and things like that, right? News, got to consume some news and talk about on the different shows, right, that we're doing, consume what's going on in the world. But when you stop consuming, you minimize your consuming and create more than you consume, your whole life is different. And so a lot of people don't start, a lot of people don't create, right, because of fear, because of doubt. Oh, I'm not a creative person. Everybody's a creative person. The way you decided to get dressed was creative. The way you decided to brush your teeth was creative. The way you decided to cut your toenails, creative. Everybody has creativity. The way you did your children's hair, creative. Right? The way you came up with talking to that person about that issue, creative. But most people allow fear, doubt, overthinking, right? Waiting for the perfect moment. And the big one is comparison. They compare themselves to others. Oh, I'm not like that. And I do that as well, but I do that at a reference, like poetry. I say, yo, the kind of poet I am, I don't do what other poets do. I'm a great motherfucking poet, but other poets perform or write differently than I do. And I recognize that. Again, I recognize that I have a brother distinguished to God. The way he's the slam poet, I'm really not a slam poet. Right? My man Javon, type of poet he is, that's not the type of poet I am. Right? So we compare. We wait for the perfect moment. Oh, wait, when everything's going to be right, then I'll start writing the book when everything is right. There's no such thing as everything being right. There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be time issues. It's never going to be a perfect fucking moment. So you don't wait till you're ready. You become ready by starting. As you start, the doors open, then you get ready. Right? The only way, like you start, you say, I'm ready, I'm doing it now. That's the being ready. Right? And once you start, everything aligns. You're like, oh shit, okay, I could do this. I could fucking do this. And so understand that entrepreneurship takes work, right? It takes real work. It requires courage, a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to start some shit and put it out there. It takes consistency. Doing it day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out when nobody's looking. It takes fucking resilience to take the no's. Oh no, I don't need that service. Oh no, I don't need that product. Oh no, I don't need that service. Oh no, I don't need that product. Fucking it's to ridicule. Right? Fucking ridicule, your family ridiculing you. Some people are in relationships and their spouse ridicules them. Right? Their children may ridicule them, their parents, the siblings, the community, society may laugh. But resilience is sticking to that shit because you believe it's going to work, no matter what other people say or how they feel or how they judge you. And the other part that it takes, which is very big, adaptability, being able to switch up. Being able to go from this to this, being able to, okay, this is happening. Cool, this was the plan. Oh shit, the plan is not going to go the way it's supposed to go. Let me adapt and let me do it like this. Right? It takes adaptability. So it's 4 things, right? The entrepreneurship takes, and there's more, but courage, consistency, resilience, and adaptability. And of course, with consistency comes discipline. Right? Discipline, do it every day, each and every day, each and every day, each and every day. Patience, right? Patience can go with resilience. It's not working the way you wanted it to go. This has happened. That's be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process. Be patient with the process. Be patient with your business, with your baby. Right? This shit is not easy at all. I'll be the first one to tell you that entrepreneurship is not easy. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I've taken contracts and I've done gigs for other organizations or companies, and even that's entrepreneurship, right? I'm taking an opportunity for somebody else. Cool. While still building the thing that I'm committed to building, the World Healing System, Queensbridge Studios, right? Continuum, all of the things. Right, I was showing Kimona some notes from freaking 10 years ago, 11 years ago about Glory Water, right? Creating a water company. We had the alkaline water machine, selling water in the fucking $5 waters and $2 waters, right? Like I had mad notes. I was building this shit. We had labels and stickers and we was working, and then things fell apart, right? Resilience, things fell apart, right? But it was way worth it. Like it's always been worth it to own my time. To design my life in a way where I own my time. No one else can tell me I have to be here at a certain time. I have to be here. And if I do get in a position where somebody starts to do that, I can walk the fuck away. Right? If I want to, I can say, you know what? This ain't for me. I thought it was something different. It ain't going the way I wanted it to go. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the chance. But I'm moving on. Right? So again, it's not easy at all, but it is 100% worth it to be at every event that you want to be at every family function that you want to be at, because you are choosing to, because you own your time, you own your life. You're not working for someone else who tells you have to work on this holiday, you have to work on this day. You can choose to if you want to, right? When you own your shit, we open on this day. Like for many years, Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, I would give out food. I'm choosing to work that day. I'm choosing to do what I love to do on those days. I could, if I want to, stay home. But nah, people outside, people need food. Let's go give people food, even on a holiday, because holiday for us to be with our families, cool. But what about the people who don't have no family, right? So again, it's not easy to do this shit, but it's well worth it. And so this is part of my vision, right? This matters because when more people build businesses, when more people create businesses, when more people own businesses, everything changes. The stakes get a little bit higher. Right? People start to second and third guess certain things that they wouldn't have guessed before when they was just scraping by. Right? Communities grow when more people build, create, and own. Opportunities expand, and impact increases. Right? Impact increases, and that's what we're talking about. Impact, 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 impact. So understand that empowered people build empowered systems. The more people that are empowered, the more empowered systems we have. Housing system, law and justice system, right? A lot of these systems are created by people who are disempowered, people who lost their power, people who feel they have no power, people who really have no power but a title, right? And a title that could have been gotten in so many different ways, right? Like not always honorably, not always deservingly. Right? Empower people, build empowered systems, man, and empower communities, and we can have an empowered, fucking healed world, right? And what's so dope is that this is not just about a business. It's about building a life that you are proud of, building a life that you take pride in, building a life that you are building a life that you are proud of, talking to your children about, talking to people about, right? Building a life that when people look at you, they're like, yo, like, I want to be like that. Like, I'm inspired. I'm motivated. Like, wow, right? Like, all fucking struck, right? That's what this is about, building a life that you are proud of. And you're proud of and other people are proud of. It's about creating something that reflects who you are. And that's everything that I've built is a reflection of who I am, of what my life's mission is, what my life's work is. From the Getting Back to Glory campaign to the Glory Water to the Live in Peace movement, right? To freaking Heal the World Ministries, to Transform America, to Neurosoul Liberation Method University and Academy, to Continuum, right? To World Healing System, and everything in between. Everything in between. Creating something that reflects who you are as a human being, who you are as a person. And so let me ask the audience, those tuned in, what do you feel called to create? What do you feel called to create? What's been on your mind that you haven't acted on yet? What do you feel called to create? So I know, talking to Mona, I'm called to create a water company, right? Started years ago, right? Not something I'm getting back to now, but something that I'm keeping the notes, I'm keeping my info. I'm gonna get back to it when the time is right, right? When the time right, whenever I fucking start working on some other things right now, right? That could wait, right? What's been on my mind also is children's books. I haven't acted on them yet. I started years ago, paid a guy some money to start some illustrations, and he had some issues, and then he moved away, and then I never picked it back up. I felt a little defeated, right? But that's something I'm called to create is children's books, right? Real life stories, right? I have the verbiage of an incredible story of a father and daughter. I have verbiage of an incredible story of a young boy in a magic train, right? I have an incredible story of a young girl who heals her family and her community with berries, right? I have so many children's stories, so many. I'm called to create them, and I haven't acted on them yet. Some of them I have. I started developing ideas. I started writing the actual story. Some stories are actually complete, just about finding the illustrator, paying the illustrator, publishing that shit and getting that shit out to the world. Soon come. Right? And there are other books that I'm called to create, and other films and TV series and shows and other things that I am called to create that I haven't acted on yet. All right. But I also know that you can't do everything at the same time. Right. I'm already doing a lot. I'm already pushing towards a lot, managing a lot. So everything in its time. All right. So the challenge is before tomorrow, take one step toward creation. Write the idea down, start the plan, take the first fucking step. Just start, whatever it is, something that you want to create that you've been holding back, that you've been holding out on. Something that you want to create that you've been holding out on. Take one step, one more step. You might have taken a few steps. Like I know I need to put my coaching business out. Right? I need to put out the Neurosoul Liberation coaching method, coaching program. I need to put that out there. I know that there are some people who can benefit from my coaching, can benefit from how my mind works, how I think, right? So I got to put myself out there to help the people. People need help. A lot of people need support in very simple and very complex ways. And I know that the way my brain works, right, the things that I've learned, the things that I've experienced, I can help so many people. And so I'm gonna take one step, right? I'm gonna take one more step. Probably not tonight, probably in the morning. I'm mad tired. I gotta run. I gotta journal. I gotta do my chess lesson, Spanish lesson. So probably not tonight. But most likely first thing in the morning. All right, waking up before my show is I'm gonna take another step towards my coaching program. All right, I'm a certified brain coach. I'm a certified freaking therapeutic art coach. Right. A lot of coaching shit, like coaching from a lot of different angles, right? Grief support specialist, Right? I can coach, do a lot of things, and I've coached people. I have coached people, right? But I never put it out as a business and made it a thing, right? But that's the time for that is now, right? And so the final question is, what the fuck are you building? What are you building? What are you building? Drop it in the comments. Somebody said writing a book. Starhawk said writing a book. Take that step. Take that next step. What is it? Is it writing the title down? Right? Is it structuring the chapters? Right? Is it locating a publisher? If you want to find a publisher, is it learning how to self-publish yourself? Right? Is it having an idea of the book? Right? Not even just the title of the book, but what do you want to write about? I like to believe that all of us have multiple books in us. Right? We have freaking complete fucking autobiographies. We have memoirs about certain points in our life, right? Like one of the books I started writing years ago, and I plan to get back to it, is the 25 most memorable moments of my life, right? Part of me, I didn't complete it. So I'm like, you know what? I actually want to get bigger first. I want my name to get bigger. So when I publish that, a lot more people want to read it, right? That's been one of my challenges with writing, right? One of my personal things in my own head with writing more books is that I never wanted to be the guy on the corner selling books, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just like, that's not where I want to spend my energy anymore. I spend my energy on the corner hustling illegally. I spend my energy on the corner selling incense, soaps, and all types of natural products, right? I'm like, I don't really want to, like, not a book. Book is different, right? Than on the corner selling juice, right? I don't mind selling juice on the corner, selling watermelon or fruit on the corner, right? It's just a little different. So that's what be in my head about like really publishing more. I want to sell the fuck out. So I'm like, I want my name to get bigger, right? So that's my challenge. But yeah, Starhawk, put it together. You can fucking do it. You can absolutely do it. All right. So to close, man, know that you did not come this far. None of us came this far just to stay where we are. We didn't go through all of the trials, all of the tribulations. We didn't go through hell and high water just to remain who we are. No, we are here to create. We're here to build, and we're here to leave impact. We are creators. Whether you consider yourself an artist or not, you are a human being. You create. You create with your words. You create with your thoughts. You clearly, some people, maybe not everyone, can create children. Right? Some people can create. Some people have created children. Create chaos in your life. You can create beauty, right? But we're here to create. That's what we're here to do: to create, to build, and to leave a fucking lasting impact that outlives us. And based on your ambition, the impact could be 1,000 years or 5 years, 2 years, 1 year. So what are you building? Like seriously, like what are you building? You know what I'm building. I am building world healing system. That's what I'm building. I'm building a healed world. That is what I am building. Every day of my life, I work towards building the system. I work towards building a world that I want my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, my nephews and nieces and their children to live in. Right? That's the world that I am building. NEPPC said, too many sacrifices for me not to continue to grow and develop. That's a fact. A lot of people. I said in my book, Dear Usha, to my daughter, I said, you were prayed for. Like you weren't an accident. Like you were prayed for. You were crafted with love, right? All of us, we had grandparents before we were even born. Great grandparents, great grandparents. They prayed for a person like you to come into the bloodline and change everything. That's a big responsibility, but it's a noble one as well to honor that and take that. Say, I'm going to change everything. I'm going to change my family tree for the rest of eternity. And that's me. I'm taking that, right? We had some come close. My uncle came close. He's a boxer, right? New York State champion, 3 weight classes, fighting on TV. Lost business of boxing, didn't get back to it. Right? I had a cousin, played in the NFL. He wasn't that great. He was good enough to make it, right? Third string quarterback most of his career, right? But yeah, right? Didn't change everything. Change some things for some. I'm here to change everything for my whole family tree for the rest of time. That's what I'm doing with my time and my mission. But yeah, man, I'm out. My voice, you can hear my voice getting raspy. I need to run. I definitely need, physically, I need to actually run. So we're going to put something on and we're not going to try. We're going to do this shit. We're going to keep our energy up. We're going to take this hoodie off. And we're going to take this jewelry off and we're going to get busy. But thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Entrepreneurship and empowerment. I like to believe that there's some people say, well, everybody can't own their own business. Cool. Everybody can create something that other people can benefit from. All right. So whether it's running a business, right? Because you can create some shit and you ain't got to be the CEO. You can have somebody else be the CEO and run it, and you just do the thing, whatever that you do. And that's where I'm striving to be, right? Where we got enough capital coming in, where somebody else could be the motherfucking president, somebody else could be the motherfucking CEO, and I just want to be like chief creative strategist, right? I am a creative motherfucker. Yeah, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow we are talking about, let's pull up tomorrow's theme. Tomorrow is day 31. Holy shit. Tomorrow is about the importance of mentorship. The importance of mentorship. That's what we're talking about tomorrow. We really got like 20 more days left. This day's almost over. We get into the teens, 19 more days left. I want to wake up. But listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of the Sunday evening. All right, enjoy the week. See you tomorrow morning. That's our daily YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. TikTok banned me earlier. They restricted my live. I appealed, gave me my live access back. So we'll be on TikTok tomorrow, Facebook tomorrow, and here on YouTube tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, again, 9 p.m., we are talking about the importance of mentorship. And I got a lot to talk about that as well. Saved my life, having some mentors, some elders, some peers that just will help guide me in different ways. Save my fucking life. But listen, I love you guys, man. See you tomorrow. Have a great night. Peace and love.